Unstablecreature here. Long time no see. Konnichiwa, everyone. I know that shit. It's been a minute since I came out with a video. It looks as if, as far as like for the Raiders, it looks like it's been a freaking month, and that was not my intention. Of course, since I have this thing to like to talk so much out of it. So let's get right down to it. Okay, of course, I haven't did the presser, which is the main thing that I like to do because, like I said, I do like to watch everybody and how they come and go, and then how they lying to us at the end and the beginning. Okay, so the main person I really like to watch for is Gruden because he doesn't know, but we have history, and of course, my history stems from way back when. So it's just a lot of stuff that I pay attention to, not just within our mans, not just within the stuff that we put on the field, but also within our coaches and how much that we put off. It is so easy for us to point the finger, especially when we already loved by so much. If somebody don't see something in you, especially if you're fucking up a game or fucking up something and you point to somebody else, of course they're gonna take that and your word for it. How many times do we have to express and how many times do we have to exercise that a lot of these things that fall in our hands are not our fault? That's just like, okay, I don't like to split it up, but we do have an offense and a defense. Now, I like to look at it like the offense is a given because a lot of times, yes, you do have to only beat out the speed, but you also are given a lot of times with not so much structure as a defense. You have to be structured enough to get the ball, and all you have to do is have the skills to run them out. Defense also have to have the patience and the structure and the stiffness to be able to not have that urge to also push so much, especially draw penalties and all that stuff, and still be able to tackle and catch your black ass. Now, I'm not saying that to go against my team, but I'm saying that as a person that is with the team that realizes a lot of stuff that we do back and forth. It's okay for us to throw everybody under the bus because we want to keep. From the time that I've been reporting this or always been up Raiders ass about this, it has been about Gruden and Carr and the relationship between Gruden and Carr and how they tend to try to keep it among themselves and blame it on everybody else. And the same thing just happened with Gunther. And I know good and goddamn well that y'all see that the defense has picked up and played wiser and better since. Now, given the last game or so that we played without him does not mean what he did wasn't good, or does not mean what the defense is doing is not still taken from what they learned from him. So it actually just kills me to see how everybody just jump ship and be like this. That's the main thing about me. That's why I do tend to just shut down and probably, be quiet because I don't want to kill our game or kill what the hell we're doing, but at the same time, I see it. That's just like when we did have a press conference, and I do want to take it back to where it was probably. I want to say it. I want to say it was like maybe two games ago, but it was a question that they really that was asked that was really stuck towards Josh Jacob. And if you guys don't see it, why do defense have to sit and endure and have to correct themselves when they come to answering question? But not to go against the grind, but did Josh Jacob actually catch a cold ass attitude? Like, shit ain't his fault, and when shit goes left, and he can't say like, oh, Carr is underthrown, Carr, you can't say that. So you have to take what's coming your way, correct? But nobody look at that. And as they walk away from, sliding past all of the questions, and I feel like Carr slide past a whole lot of questions and don't really get down to the bottom of it. Just because he mentioned it does not mean that he's satisfied in the minds that actually want to ask these questions. Because I feel like I'll be left unsatisfied every time that he sets up and get up there in the press conference because you want to tell us how hard it is. That's just like, why is his job any different from anybody else's? That's just like any person on the job. You can't handle the job, and I understand like everything come into different plays, and you have this, and you may have to shoot fast, you have to, go a little slow, you may have to throw over, you have to throw it. It's all type of stuff. But just like with a person's job, and you've been on that job for a few years, you know what I mean? Yeah, mistakes do occur, and it's on us to actually accept those mistakes. Just like how they, like us people, we can't accept that you making these fucking mistakes. You can't accept them either because you quick, just like you have already gotten under Gruden, and Gruden showed you how to dish this shit on somebody else, because he also traded everybody to fuck around you. And I'm not being mad, I'm just speaking the truth. He traded everybody to fuck around you, and then once we did get people that actually fit the bill, it shows your mistakes even more. Now, I also, I'm just going to head and, tack this on to the video. Mariota. Now, I understand, like, everybody was really happy about Mariota, but you gotta look at this. It's a lot of times that we have, like, really good players, number one players, on top of everything. On top of everything. And we don't trade them. But they are our third stringer, our third runner. I look at Peterman like, okay, when he came out the box, we only, even though it was a preseason or whatever the case it was, we only lost one game. And then on top of that, you can see the connection between him and the other players and how good they were going. But Gruden loved Carr so much. Gruden gave Carr that position. I wasn't even fighting that, because Carr was showing that he was fucking up more than anybody else. So that was for Gruden to see himself. But no, Gruden stuck money behind him, got everybody up in his ass to act like it was just, oh, that's what it was, and it never was. Now, Peterman exercised, and I made videos prior to them even put in a position. I was screaming Peterman should have been out, because in my eyes, Peterman was like a Rich Gannon. So, and as soon as I said that Peterman like a Rich Gannon, remind me of Rich Gannon come out the woodwork, and now he fucking under Carr. And now even Carr start moving his legs a little bit better, it still ain't the person that needs to be out there. So now you go and pick Mariota, and then you put Mariota even above Peterman. That's like you holding on to for sure skills. But you put it last, and you give this this idiot that you really want to be on top, and then the other idiot that you done got from somebody else that everybody know of, so now he just a gimmick in between. And just to let you know, even on that game where Mariota stepped out, he also stepped out on his own selfishness, because he stepped out, and you see he ran more than anything. It wasn't like everybody was not open. He ran more than anything because he wants that position. He don't want to be like how Peterman is. Peterman trusts in y'all to stay in y'all care, and all y'all did was start dropping him back and holding on to him. That means you don't want him to go nowhere else, but you also don't want him to reap the rewards where you got him. That's fucked up. And next, the reason why I said Mariota was being selfish in that situation, because it was, like I said, if you're not really looking for your mans, and you go ahead and now you want to run the ball for you might think like that's what's needed. But just like the fans that don't like Carr, that already stepped behind your ass, I don't look at you like you're that. I've seen you a couple times out the box. I've seen you a couple times play for him. You're not better than Peterman. And even if they want to make it look like you're better than Peterman, it's not. And the only reason why it's looking like that is because they pulling your ass out the box instead of Peterman, having you go behind him. Because if that's the case, they would allow Peterman to go somewhere else, just like they let who we have. This was it Glennon? This Glennon character in between Peterman. You see what I'm saying? And we had is it Glennon? But this Peterman, we had Peterman, somebody in between him, and then they put him over Peterman. So I'm looking like, so if you're gonna put everybody over Peterman, why we still got Peterman? Why we still got Peterman? And me overall, I looked and I seen, and I knew for sure Peterman could have been over Carr. But like I said from the beginning, when Carr came to him, Gruden wants him to be that person. I don't. You're not being fair to the team. You're not being fair to the team, because we all could have our person that we really like or really want to be on above and really do this, but that person don't want it itself. And even if you do have to push it, we do have to realize that some of us do not possess the things that do need to be there. And even if they do, it's okay for him to sit and take a seat back. Nobody said, because even with your own individual stacks, it ain't doing shit for the team. It ain't. It's mind-boggling how we fucking thinking right now, to where like everybody, I'm proud of everybody, or looking at like individual stacks could be, good. But if you spread out your individual stacks for the team, not only would you look good, but your team will look good as well. But nobody had that, because even though that's just like you keep on switching out all of these players, switching out like the coach. You don't know who bad side you done got on because everybody have to do their job. And then on top of that, when you looking at it like a situation now, it's like, come on now, I'm just here now. It's like I'm just here to do my job now. If he do a couple plays, get a little better, then that's what's up. But after that, it ain't gonna be that. You making people to start creating their own individual bubble. Meaning we all on the field, but everybody's gonna be there for themselves. Cause not only are you not paying attention to the mans that you have, nigga, you so quick to point the finger at somebody else just because. I mean, everybody that actually fall under Gruden does not take initiative and take, real responsibility for what the fuck they're doing and all the fuckery that they cause on the field. You can blame so much on the defense, but defense is actually doing a pretty good job. If you look at everything around them and the people that we have, you mean to tell me just like you picking out individual people on the offense, if you pick out individual people on the defense, they all stand out alone. So what the fuck are we really saying? Like, it's not making any sense where we're going with this. You can't get on the defense and actually look at our defense and pick him out individual and be like, oh, that man got stacks, that man got stacks. But it doesn't matter if they don't pull it together. And then on top of that, you look at this. Look how long we had Richard. Not like that, but before he was a second. And then I'm not saying it's bad or the way things are being done, but we are holding on to good people. And then why would you put like 3 more years of holding on to Richard without actually putting his prime skills or prime availability of skills to it right now? Because 3 more years, what you think his skills is going to be? Not to downplay you or anything like that. Your skills could probably excel, go up, and be better. But I'm saying within time where everybody get older, your body is, being worn down and going through this shit, how the fuck you gonna be trying to put somebody else out after, years and years? Yeah, they still gonna possess a little something to get us somewhere, but you ain't even utilizing their abilities right now. And I'm looking at everybody on like third stream, even though we make room for all of our new players and all of this other stuff, but the people that you overlooking and putting back is the ones that should be on top. And that's just what it is, period. Get out my way. I mean, hate to get this little bitch side of me, but goddamn, can we really start thinking? Even though a lot of people are going, for the new players. Yeah, we can get these new players in here to get them, used to, your first, your second year, whatever the case. You putting them, the first and second years, putting them on, on full-blown blast and putting everybody with the knowledge, even though you have them to, critique and structure the newer people. But you're taking away from everybody's skills to just pack it all in one little punch, and then a lot of times we have shit like this, and then for you to be okay, Gunther is gone. That's just what it is, but it does not stop where the fingers are being pointed now. It doesn't stop, and you mean to tell me he just left after structuring or being with the defense and learning or telling the defense on how to do this. Okay, this is our last 2-3 games. You mean tell me our defense didn't, or all that is just going out the window? So everything from these last games have been all Marinelli. You got me fucked up. It's like y'all just talk anything, any goddamn thing. That's fucked up, because that's not true. And like y'all look at Gruden, I kind of look at Marinelli the same way. Like how y'all look at Gunther, I also look at fucking John the same way. It's like everybody, and then on top of that, if you really look into Olsen life, what pull does Olsen have? How much does Olsen really put on the field? How much does he really say? He ain't got that much. Let me tell you something. That's the reason why Oakland is where Oakland is and how Vegas is separated from Oakland. Because Gruden ain't with that shit. Either you're going to go with his page or you're not going to go anywhere. Period. And that's something we need to pay attention to. Shit, have he not expressed this? That's just like he said him and Gunther is good friends, and they're going to continue to be good friends. I made a video talking about breaking bonds. You know why I said that? Because he said the same thing he said about Khalil Mack. He said the same thing about Khalil Mack. Oh, he cool. He already knew about the trade. He already knew about this. The one thing that got him is that, what's the name? See, that's what they not going to do no more. That's what they not going to do. And this is what y'all need to pay attention to. He did Khalil Mack like that. And Khalil Mack did a presser after that. So they told him what Gruden said, and he said, no, the hell I didn't. Well, he didn't say hell, but he said, no, I didn't. No, that was not the conversation. No, that wasn't. So now that Gunther has gotten on there first, and now Gruden come after him and say, like, we cool, we this and we that, don't fucking trust none of that shit. Because as you can see, he don't give two fucks about people. And that's some real shit. Look at Oakland. Look at Oakland. It's just a prime example of what we're going with. And y'all just keep on looking at like a win is a win is a win is a win is a win. Look at who you got all within you. I mean, look at who you got over. If we got Gruden, you know, Gruden done swindled, and did all type of shit to get a team that ain't even fucking his, wasn't even brought up on anything he even thought about. It's the person he was underneath or behind or around that made him want to act and do like that person. So it's... People forget. People forget. And I think that we do need to go back on a lot of stuff. If you don't know Gruden and you don't know his history, I don't care about what you may read up on Gruden. You need to go back on videos that you see. You need to go back on videos that he speak up on and the people that he speak about and how he speak about them. That's the reason why now in this era, that's why he tell his boys, his men, to pay attention to what you say on film. Watch what you say, because he got a whole collection of film where he fucked up. That's why I challenge y'all to go back on that. Just go back on every history that y'all possibly can to pick up on. Stop it. To pick up, look up, and get your weight up on the Raiders. Deuces.